Hello everyone, my name is Christel, and in this journal video I will be putting the finishing touches to my 2025 bullet journal, and then we're going to the flip through. So let's get started. On to the flip through of the 2025 bullet journal. And well, we're just gonna start with the title page. I didn't really embellish it. I believe I only wrote my name down in September, not sure. For the first real dot grid page, I decided to do a layout for how many dots there are on the page, where's the middle of the page. Well, it's quite explanatory, isn't it? 2025, and the setup was how do you call that? Mail and travel, because I had these travel stamps and I really wanted to use that, and what goes along with travel with mail, travel. So basically it's actually holiday post, holiday mail. This is the calendar, which is still in the Dutch version. I have here that little legenda, I don't know how you say that in English. So orange is school vacations in my district. Blue is people that are birthdays. Pink is family holidays, but I forgot my own. And the silver one is holidays. For the next page, oh, this one is loose, we have the tracker of the entire year and the vision board that I'm not willing to share, so nice card here. Red is my period, it's quite often, except the last few months, but that's for a reason, I'm not going into that. Green is being sick or not feeling well, which is also quite a lot. The blue one is actually being okay. Now that I look at it, I'm mostly a combination of being sick and okay. Purple is PMS, which clearly comes before my period. Then the light green / blue, so we're gonna call it azure blau, or teal, I believe it's called in English. That's just being in pain, and that goes along pretty nicely with PMS. And yellow is for my allergies, which mostly is in the month where shit blooms, which is spring, and for some reason in August, but not June and July. So, skipping the vision board. Yes, and here are all the books and the series that I watched and read. So the first book I read in 2025 which was The Witch's Heart, then Pride and Prejudice, Frankenstein. There was also a movie this year, or in 2025, Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro, mostly based on the book, and I must say that is the best adaptation of Frankenstein I've ever seen, because that book is not what you think. Sorry, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, skip to this. Okay. Spoiler alert! The book is written very weirdly, and the story we mostly know of Frankenstein, you know, with the... how do you say that? The windmill, and that he dies there. That's apparently a stage adaptation. That's not how it happens in the book. And what I also didn't like about the book, sorry, ranting coming, is how often the Mont Blanc was described. But then again, if Victor Frankenstein went on its way to start building his monster, his creature, his wretched creature, the only thing Shelley would write is he collected the materials. So was the adaptation by Guillermo del Toro better? Yes, definitely. Go watch it. Anyway, then we had Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm pretty sure I did something wrong because I'm sure I read Avatar The Search first, then The Dawn of Onyx, then The Luminaries, because I wanted to read the second installment actually. And then after the first 4 lines, I realized this is a second book in the series. And thanks to my lovely friend Manon, I got the first installment and I immediately read it afterwards. Then I read Danse Macabre, then The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and lastly, my favorite book basically of the year, The Magician's Guide for Defensive Baking. I know it's actually a child's book, but I love it. It's really my favorite book now. The series should actually be called the anime I watched. I'm pretty sure Free Rent should have been on here too, because, well, it was actually from 2024, but we still were watching that. So we had Jura Camp, which is so fucking cozy. Of course, the Apothecary Diaries, second season, Vigilantes. I have Vigilantes, first season. That intro song, that's a banger, really, you should go watch it. Shield Hero, 4th season, I'm not gonna talk about it, because at some point we just rushed through it because of one specific character that shall not be named. Sakamoto Days, which was quite fun. Dungeon Meshi, which I saw little bits of, and then my husband was like, well, we can watch it, and I'm hooked on it. Of course, the last season of My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, is a spin-off of My Hero Academia. I cried for this show. More than that, I'm not saying anything. Spy X Family, which we're still watching, and Campfire Cooking, second season, also still watching. So yeah, those are my books and the anime I watched for 2025. Then we're already on to January, and this is the first monthly setup that I made. I love how I did the lettering over here. I did try to use tea here, paint with tea, wish I hadn't done that. My crow is not the best. Actually, I don't love this, but to be fair, for the first time setting this up, I think it's a pretty good job. So far. Oh. The trackers. So for the mood tracker, I drew this Gothic window, yes, which turned out into stained glass. Then everything has its own thing. So I was very happy on the 24th. Don't ask me why. I was happy. I was not so happy at the beginning of the year. I had issues. Mostly things switch between those two, which is a common occurrence. Cleaning I did pretty well, for my opinion, when I was sick. Creativity I did a lot, and with creativity it's also bullet journaling, editing videos, doing something for myself, like embroidery or drawing, painting, because I don't film everything. We walked a lot, but to be fair, I also put fitness and other sports underneath that, so reading I started. I didn't read much. And of course my period, which is so great that it overlapped for a few months. Then we have the weeklies, and for the background for these Dutch doors I skipped the T and used my watercolors, and I wish I had done that for these two too. Well, you live and you learn. So above I have written down what we ate, such as fries, nacho, noodles. It's still in Dutch, so for example, groentestoof and camembert I'm not gonna pronounce in English. Same goes for varkenshaas, aardappelkroketjes and cranberry kompot. Yeah. So someone's birthday was here. So sometimes you will see these two washi tape because it's personal information, it's names of people. I don't want to share that on the internet, and they also didn't ask for one to share when their birthdays are. But yeah, that's an indication, and that's also why I put these here too. I forgot to write down the days of the week here, but to show myself at first when someone's birthday is. And sometimes you put something down and then you eat something different, so then there's a cross between there. Around Tuesday and Wednesday is mostly when the garbage has been picked up, such as plastics and the green stuff. And on Wednesdays are paper. Soon it will no longer be on Wednesday. Someone else's birthday. Those two people that celebrate their birthdays here, but I wrote the names wrong, so other way around. The time. Also the weeks of the week. Sometimes you see a name, such as here, a rifle Shadow. That is a dog. Shadow is the dog of my parents, so that's why I still keep her name in there. And we're already going to February. I really love this very Art Nouveau kind of style I picked, and well, if you see it, this page is also very colorful, and well, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's shiny on both sides. I really love this setup. I did not think through about the strawberries and the fairy and this thing over here. I wish I would have predicted the colors a little bit better. So for the trackers, this is one of my favorite habit trackers background. This is probably the one that really already hooked me on doing backgrounds for the tracker. So for the mood tracker, I had 2 great days. I had 1 not so great day. The rest I was skipping between those 2. I use gel pens for the mood trackers. That is a common theme through the entire bullet journal. I'm getting a headache. So here too, fries, taco. We were thinking about haché with carrot, mush, puree, stamp, wortel stamp. It's more puree, but here we went for sperp express. Funnily enough, we didn't eat spare ribs. So Shadow went back home because my parents got back from their vacation. I love how I did those borders, but it was a pain in the ass. This is my husband's birthday. We went to the Notaris, which is a restaurant. Here we had a game day where we also ate pizza. I have the names of the people here, so we're not gonna do that. This was not a nice pasta. Not doing that again. I had an appointment there around 2 o'clock. Someone's birthday again. Then we're already in March. Like I said, someone's birthday again on the 1st. This was the Dark Academia setup, and this is also one of my favorite setups. And for some reason, for November, I basically did the same with the, how do you say that, Vampires in the Library theme, but yeah, it's still great. I love for the habits that I made little booklets, so that I wanna reuse that in a new journal. So I was a bit confused because I put 2 gold ones next to each other, which is not very smart of me. So I decided to give them those things that the spine, the embellishment on it, that would be what I was gonna use. So I was happy quite a lot, or no, I wasn't, because I had one good day and I had 4 bad days. Somewhere I like this setup for the weeklies and somewhere I don't. I definitely like putting a little calendar up there and then circling which week we're talking about. That's quite fun. I also decided, because it's Dark Academia, that I will be using Roman numerals for this. I was a little bit confused there. I thought Greek numbers? No, Roman numerals. And sometimes you really need to think what goes where at some point. Oh yeah, I forgot to place this one in the initial setup, so it eventually got back. Die had ik af moeten plakken. Oh well. April, which was supposed to be a Regency setup, but became roses. It's a small setup, this one, in my opinion, but I do like it. But on the other hand, these petals were a bit too big for, well, my gel pen. So the pink one is almost gone. Is this when I started water, or was that before? I'm not paying attention, am I now? Okay, water is here already. Was it also... So no, I started water in March and it stays there. Okay. I switched cleaning and creativity around. Reading got a lot better. Walking was a bit Then I do like this paper and this washi tape together. I like that color combination really a lot. I had a lot to do that week. Those weeks. Oh, I also had D&D. Don't know what I did there. Mini barbecue. Basically indoor barbecue on the planchette, but yeah. Or is it... Oh, then I would call it... Well, it could be that we started barbecuing around that time. Yeah. Here we went to the bookstore. First, day of Easter, second day of Easter. Sometimes you see an S down there. That's when I started having insomnia, so the S stands for sleepless night. That's an innuendo that I should have thought through. And for some reason I decided to just do May on the right after the setup. I somewhat regret doing that, but hey, you live and you learn with your first bullet journal. And of course, because we had a team, I had to draw Iroh, let's be honest. And because Iroh is on the habit tracker, I really tried, especially the water, I tried. Reading went not so well. Cleaning last week neither. Walking also new. For the mood tracker, I didn't have a good day. I did have one bad day and the rest was normal. At some point I accidentally switched from light blue to dark blue because sometimes I can't see the difference apparently. Here we have the weeklies. I had a to-do list, and at some point I was like almost done with May, and then I decided, oh, maybe I should put something down here, such as folding the laundry, washing some fabric because I wanted to start sewing and I didn't. Working on the fireplace, which I didn't. But also a little monthly weekly over here. Oh, that's when we also got the airco, and when the car needed to go to the garage just for its regular maintenance. That's when the car got back or had to go again. Oh no. No, that's not why. That's because my husband got run over. Got in a car accident, so that's when the car had to go back. That's when the car had to go back again. I don't know why it says water there. Alright, someone from the water company came along, and we still haven't heard back from them, huh? Car again. It took too long to get the car fixed after the accident. That's not fun. I'm not going into that, by the way. The car is fixed now. June! I really like this setup with the water like this. The mood tracker, I got a bit lost because I put again to gold again instead. Well, then I decided that this was going to be what do you call it, silver, but I'm afraid I don't remember if that was supposed to be then bad days or the good days. At some point I accidentally also switched between the pinks, so we're gonna ignore this. Walking got a lot worse, reading got a lot better in my opinion. Hated that month. I do not like the weekly setup, if I'm honest. Somewhere it was a fun idea and somewhere it's like, no. Oh yeah, Father's Day. I forgot Mother's Day in May, huh? Well, I like to forget that, so. And then we go to July. I really love this setup. I mean, haha. I put the calendar a bit weird, but that was the only way to make it fit. Otherwise it had to be in the cover page and I didn't want to do that. I love how this turned out. I didn't have a good month because there's a lot of purple here. I don't know how I managed to do everything that I went that was the big ones. Yeah, it was not a good month for me. But the setup is pretty and that's what it's all about. I loved making this background. Only this setup took me so long. Oh, and of course I forgot to write down what everything is, so I went back with my gel pen and I still can't see shit. But I know practically what everything is, so because every habit setup I put it in the same order or I switch it around a little bit. And of course the weeklies. The day of the fairy tale. Didn't do anything about that. The death of Uncle Iroh, unfortunately. Oh, sometimes you see things like this, so we switched around the food because we plan out our weekly meals, and sometimes we switch around or we don't do it at all and we get something different. There was a food festival. Here we actually went to the food festival with people and I crossed out their names. Someone's birthday and how late the party was starting. Here we went to the only Five Guys in the Netherlands. Five Guys, the burger chain, American burger chain. I'm not doing that again. At some point we also went to Taco Bell here. I really want to go back to Taco Bell, but Five Guys, no fucking way in hell. It's a glorified fucking McDonald's hamburger. It's not even cheaper. It's not even the best burger I ever had. I can make better ones, but no, not going there again. So, August, which had a cafe team. I'm really getting to my love's nerves. I didn't like the green color I chose, but hey, too bad. I did like the mood tracker I made here. I had one bad day and I had one very good day. Luckily, the good day was my wedding anniversary of 3 years, so that's a good thing. I think this is a pretty good habit tracker so far. Okay, this one isn't so good, but still. Then on to the weeklies. Here we had a barbecue to celebrate our 3-year anniversary with some friends of mine. Here's the actual wedding anniversary. This is my dog's birthday, Shadow. She is 11 years old now, which is quite old for a white shepherd. Oh, this is the walking the dog from my in-laws, Kenji. Here we went dinner and shopping in Germany, which was quite fun. And here we have the first time I actually did the menu. Well, we start on Five Guys because, yeah, still I already ranted about that. Here I also have everything that we needed to get for the barbecue, such as, because it was quite hot, kwarttaart. Hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? Cheesecake, I guess, but it's not really cheesecake. Yeah, sometimes you skip meals. So, curry, potato, chicken became gyoza. Garlic pasta became babi panggang. Babi panggang became kip garam masala. Chicken garam masala became hamburgers. That sort of thing. September with one of my favorite setups. Mainly autumn/pumpkins. Most people's birthday are in September apparently, and they're very close together too. this is the month where I started to track my energy levels. So we had the blue here is for snooze, the orange is for I'm quite awake, and actually the moon for me is I'm wide awake. I have a lot of energy, so this is I'm quite tired. I'm having normal energy, and this is I have too much. And I love how the colors go over in each other, especially in the leaves. So I didn't really had a good day. I had a few bad days, but hey, you win some, you lose some. I'm doing quite well with the water, not so much with the walking, not so much with the reading. First weekly. We finally got the car back. Now the car went away, finally, to get repaired for the... Remember when I said in May that my husband was in a car accident? Yeah, the car finally went away for repairs. It's quite a long time. I hate it. First birthday, dog's birthday, other birthday. Then I had the menu of that month, and I also had a bingo. I didn't finish the bingo. No, I did finish the fireplace, but only on Christmas Eve day. So that's no longer fall, so I couldn't take that off. Otherwise we also could have gone for a forest walk. We didn't. I also wanted to make garlic bread, almost attempted it 3 times, but yeah. That's somewhere I'm sad. October, the witches theme. I really used a lot of washi tape and stickers for this. Somewhere I like the idea of the tarot cards as habit trackers, but I should have thought this through with the colors because it looks a bit eh. I like this moon that I drew. For the mood tracker, did I had a good day in which I was energetic. I'm tired at the moment. Doesn't look like it. I was mostly tired, and I had one good day where I sort of had energy. Oh no, I had a second one where I had energy. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 good days and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad days. The 4th of October is Animal Day here. I don't know if that's also in your country. I wasn't sure if we would get Chinese food. No, we got gyoza. Or we made gyoza, I should say. The start of the autumn holiday. And birthday again. And around 8 was the party. End of the holiday. We didn't eat that day. Don't judge me. Popcorn, which is also not very good. Please don't judge me. I was quite sick that week. Oh yeah, Tweede Kamerverkiezingen, so we chose a new parliament. Not talking about that. Flu shot and of course Halloween. And I didn't sleep. November, the things in the library, vampires in the library setup, which looks an awful lot like March, but this is my best watched video, bullet journal video. Now I don't know why I decided with the blood spatters here to actually pick the colors of blood you can find in your underwear, but every fucking month. had one good day? No. I had a few bad days. I didn't have a good day. I did had a few times where I actually had energy. It wasn't a great day. It was definitely not a good day. This looks a lot better with the walking, not the reading so much. The period that was kind of weird. Someone's birthday. My parents were visiting. Holiday apparently. The 13th of November 2025 was my husband and I. How do you say that again? Anniversary. We were 10 years together. That was quite nice. Eventually, in hindsight, another birthday. Oh, I got a bit confused. Like, whose birthday is on the 17th of November? Oh, right, yeah. And of course the menu. I'm not gonna explain this. Yeah, and on to December, which is the last setup, which I decided to put these puffy stickers on. So we have a birthday, St. Nicholas Day, Christmas Eve, first Christmas Day, second Christmas Day, my dad's birthday, my birthday, New Year's Eve. So, I guess I had quite a good day. A good month, I should say. I did a lot of cleaning, had a lot of creativity, walked a lot, read quite a lot in my opinion. Water was okay, not talking about that. I really love how I colored this. I had one very good day, which was my birthday. I had one bad day. Don't know what happened on that day. I was very happy that day, apparently, because I also had a lot of energy. Yeah, last month was a good month. And on to the last weekly, and as you can see, my handwriting isn't so great, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me when I say that. The last thing is my birth week, which is week 1. My birthday was very well. We were still on holiday. My husband got me some books I asked for, well, mostly The Art of Kiki's Delivery Service, so I got that one. I got some other books too. He also took me to the bookstore, which was also one of the things that I wanted to do on my birthday. I also wanted to go to the art store, but since we were still on holiday, he tried to find one, but it was closed, so he tried. Also wanted to have a spa day because we were still on holiday. Holiday was also one of the things I wanted to do. Spa day didn't go so well. I wanted a new headset, which I got, but I actually got it for Christmas. I also wanted the game Goodbye Sweet Carol. I did get it for my birthday. I also wanted to go out for dinner or have bacon pasta. And we went all the way to Germany to Walbeck for the steak, which was delicious. Now for Christmas I only wanted to go on holiday, which we did. I wanted the fireplace finished, which I did. I wanted Crimson Peak on Blu-ray, but I didn't get that for my birthday. And I wanted Dead by Daylight DLC, which I also didn't get. Because for some reason I have, well, I know the reason. The curse of having a birthday near Christmas, which basically means that they buy immediately presents for me, both for Christmas and my birthday, and then people would think like, oh well, this is the better present, so we'll keep that for her birthday. So I'm very specific in what I want for my birthday and what I want for Christmas, and people don't listen. So that was the setup. That was my bullet journal for 2025. And the last page, that's the first page I used because I wanted to find out whether or not I could use certain stuff. So for example, Ecoline, not a good idea. Alcohol markers, not a good idea. Gel pens, good idea. Watercolors, good idea. The one thing I haven't tried is gouache. Maybe I will try it on this paper before I start a new journal. So yeah, that was it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a like, leave a comment, and of course, if you aren't yet, subscribe. This is a reason why I use a fucking script. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Come on, yes. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.